So we're going to fold the dart here, a very long flying plane and extremely easy to fold. So start by folding your sheet in half, flip it over, fold the top edge down about the width of the first joint of your first finger, about an inch. Flip it over and then fold down both top corners, leaving a little space right in the middle. Just a little space. You can always adjust things later, wiggle them a little. There's that little space right in the center. Then pull that whole top down and then fold the point right back up to the center. Touch that edge. Flip it over, fold the top two corners down. Again, leaving a tiny space in the middle. You can always try this a couple times on different sheets. Now take that edge, fold it down right to the crease you just made. Okay, take that side edge, those outer side edges, fold them right down to that crease. Do the same on the other side, right? You see how it looks? Yep, there it folds that edge right into that crease that you folded before. And it goes right up against that edge. Sometimes those corners get a little tough. Tuck your finger underneath and roll them over your finger. And fold your corners down. And then you're gonna roll this point and tuck it in just onto that little pocket right there. And this is a little bit of a tricky fold, so you might want to take your time, soften this edge up a little by rolling it with your fingers, and then tuck it just in there gently. Don't even push that hard. It's okay if it's bent a touch. And then fold it in half very gently. Push everything down to flatten it. Beautiful work. And then take that top edge. You're going to fold the wings here. So line up your two wings. Make sure they're perfectly equal. And again, if things aren't, it's okay. This is about learning and growing, not about a superficial perfection. Take that top edge, fold it down to the bottom. And you're going to have to, again, kind of roll the front. It's rather thick around your fingers. Kind of tuck it around, and then bring it down there. Do the same to the other side, rolling that finger around. See the little edge right there? Hold it with your thumb. Yep, right just against that edge. See how it wants to lift? Push it back in so that it stays in the fold, right? And then take that edge, that top edge, bring it down to the bottom. Tuck it in. Match up your wings, and then crease them. Watch those two edges. Make sure they meet up. But if they don't, you can always trim it with a scissor, to be honest. Or you can just be happy with it. Look at the back. You want a positive dihedral. A positive dihedral is leaning up like that. It will help it soar. And then you want to pinch it with your finger and your two fingers, your two first fingers, and your thumb. Put your thumb on the bottom. Push down with your top two fingers, and it'll make a little bit of a hill there, like a little tiny bump in the plane, like a mountain bump. And they do it on the other side, and that'll just help offer a little bit of an upward curve and lift to counterbalance the weight, and you're off to soar. And today we're going to fold the glider, and you want to start with a square. So you kind of fold that down. Don't crease it really, but just gives you a marker. Well, I'm creasing it. You don't have to though. And then you just find that. Oh, you found the other one. So we are going to crease them. Living and learning every minute of every day. I kind of love that I think I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always finding it and discovering it. So I line those two edges up, fold the other side, And then come down to crease that. Pull down, 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 down. Kind of love the discovery in these things. Ever since I was 7 years old, I've been doing origami and discovering things about it. Now, take that end, that side, and fold it into the crease you just folded. So you're going to take that one side of that square you just made and fold it down into the diagonal you made. Back off just a little bit. And then obviously you're going to take that edge, check that it met that crease, and then do the other side. So set your crease and then fold the outside edge right into that crease that you made. There you go. This is like an intermediate level plane, so it's not that hard, but all planes tend to have a little bit of precision in them and a little bit of, I'll do what I need to do. Fold the two sides in, and then on that crease that was formed earlier, bring that right over the top towards you. Bring it right towards you and fold it down. And sometimes it's hard to find it. You can fold it back over and then mark it and come back around. There you go. Flip it over, rotate it so the tip is to your left. There you go. And then slowly taking it all in, bring that bottom edge up to meet the top and match the back wings. That little corner on the upper right. The rear corner's in the front, right there. Yep, and right there. Yep, get those two corners to line up. And get those two front corners to line up, wiggle it around. Once they're set, you can crease it. Now, crease it good. Take that short edge right in the front, right there, and fold it down to the bottom. Yep, there you go. When you get that crease nicely again, pull that pocket out, crease it down flat, flip it over and do the other side. Bring that front edge down to the bottom. Whoop, flip it right down. There you go. Beautiful. This two top edges, you're going to lock them together, line them up. And now this is a tricky little bit of a fold, so take your time here. And you might want to practice this a few times on a scrap sheet of paper, but you're going to bring that little flap that's right there, you're going to crush the seam in the middle. Crush it with your thumb a few times. Crush, 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 and pull that little tab up. That tab is going to flip right over to face the front, but you got to take your time or you'll rip it. So you got to crush, crush, crush that seam. Crush that edge, and keep bringing it around, and eventually it'll hold all the layers together. It's a little lock. Beautiful, simple lock. And then, see, loosely make it, loosely tuck it up there. And then you're going to fold it up. Remake the full body crease. And don't stress it because it will rip. That little edge will rip. Be gentle. Be gentle, be gentle, be gentle. Now that wing crease that we're going to do is a pretty unusual crease. You're going to take it right from the nose, but a little bit up, about a 1/4 inch up from the tip. Go up a little bit and go all the way back. You'll see the edge we're going to in the back in just a second. We're going right to where that edge right there covers that corner. So you bring it down until that edge covers that corner. And it's a little tricky to get this line. Take your time, and when you've got it set, then you push on it and seal that crease. Right? Take your time. There you go. Adjusting. You know, you don't have to make a hard crease until you know it's exactly where you want it. Then you can kind of set it. And I always say, as much as this is all about perfection and clarity and getting it precise and symmetrical, do the same on the other side. You're going to take that about a 1/4 inch from up from the tip, about a 1/4 inch up, matching the other side, bring it down and match that wing, right? And this fold does take a little practice, so always good to practice on a blank sheet of paper just to goof around and try it out. And remember that this is all about art, and art isn't always about precision. Often it's about discovering things and feeling what you're doing. And so much of the folding for me is about looking at the drawing while I fold it. Now take this and seal it real good. Line up those 2 wings. There you go. Got them really, really good. Little by little, I'm making adjustments. Sometimes I don't adjust, sometimes I do. The planes seem to fly pretty well both ways. I'm not a competition plane flyer. I'm an artist who loves to fold paper and look at all the wonderful patterns and things. I'm just sealing all the folds right now, giving it a good pinch, pinch, pinch. And making sure they're all lined up. You can see that point. It's an interesting point. And just aligning everything, making sure that the wings begin at the same point in the front. And then open the wings up. Give it a little positive dihedral, right, again, so the wings swing upward. And then the plane will fly better. And then since this is a glider, we're going to again give it a little bit of lift at the back. So up elevator. An up elevator where you put your thumb in there and push down with your first 2 fingers. And you see how that little curve is set in there? A little bit of a bend. And an upward dihedral, and you are ready to fly. This is an advanced plane. And so be patient with yourself. Get a pair of scissors. We're going to fold this sheet in half. And take your time. Then we open it up, flip it over, and we want to find a rectangle here. This is what I thought I was doing in the last video, and I forgot. So fold it down so you're going to create a square. Meet that side corner up, and it gives you the point at which you fold this up to form a square with the rest of the paper, right? See there? Yep, that's a square. Or approximately a square. And then flip the paper over and fold the outer edge, watch for a second, that outer edge to the middle. And now there's going to be a series of creases here, so do it to the other side. Beautiful. And then fold it in half just to check everything. Open it up and fold the far outer edge right there all the way to the far crease on the other side, the furthest crease you made. And then do the same on the opposite side. So fold the left edge all the way over to the right crease that you've made. And you're just setting your creases. Open it up. There's all your creases. You can see them. About 6 facets. Now, just right of the center crease, you made another crease. And that's where you're going to take that top edge and fold it down. But it's not lining straight up with that crease. It's halfway. Right there, halfway between that crease is where the point goes. That little point right there lines right up with the halfway point, and the top lines right up with the crease. See, it's right at that original crease. See? Then just fold it in half and do it to the other side, matching the 2 sides. Now open it up. And position it so the top is up. And now I'm going to fold this down and then tell you what I'm doing, but basically you're folding that top down, right? Where did I fold it to is the question. That vertical crease right there to line up with the bottom edge. So that crease, you'll see it when you fold it, lines right up with the bottom edge on both sides. See that? And then fold it up, and that corner right there lines up with that corner right there on both sides again. These are a little bit tricky. This is an advanced plane, but not difficult. Just a little, you have to pay attention and practice a few times. And in the meantime, look how beautiful the folding is. I love seeing the drawing evolve like this. Now, we're going to take that outside corner and fold it right into this center fold, leaving a little bit of space. Again, like back off the fold a little bit, but bring it right down. And you don't have to crease this all the way to the end. You can. It doesn't really matter that much. But take that top edge again, fold it to the crease that's right there, right? And like I said, you can crease that all the way down or just a little bit, like I just came down a little bit. Now, fold it back down, fold it back up on those creases that you made earlier, right? And then making that crease you just made a minute ago, you're going to see now it won't lay flat. So reach in there, pinch, pull this towards you. Reach in there, pull towards you just gently, and you're going to open that pocket and then flatten it right there on that corner that exists, and then work from the top corner to the bottom corner right there, and then make a nice crease there, straight down, and then squeeze it out to the outside edge. This is the most complex fold in this plane. So fold it over, you'll see that pocket. That pocket has a point at the tip, and then you pull it out until you form a crease right from that point. It catches, and then you crease it right at that fold right there. Just pinch that little crease to make the other point. And you're going to go between those 2 points, the top one and that bottom one you just made, and then push it out to the outside. All the excess will go to the outside and form this perfect shape. Now take a look at your, ta-da! And now flip it upside down. And you're going to flip from that corner right there, right at the edge. There's like basically you're folding along, you're going to fold back towards to make the crease. Bring that edge to this edge, right? Kind of folding it back, but this is all going to reverse and go inside in a second. So you pull it back just to set the crease so you know where you're folding. And then this will all get tucked back inside there. Whoop! Fold it right back inside there. Yep, bend it. Bend it in the other direction until it tucks right in there on that fold that you made. It's kind of like making a little pocket. Same thing on the other side. Bring that edge up to that fold. And the same side. That same existing crease, reverse, and tuck it in. Tuck everything into that pocket right there. Flatten it all out. Tickety tick tick tick. And now fold it in half. I'm just adjusting my pockets. There we go. And then we're gonna fold it up. Make sure they line up pretty well. And then I'm gonna take that bottom edge and line it up with that top right there, the front edge, sorry. Line it up with the top and then tuck it in that pocket. Fold it both sides. Then bring the wing down and bring the other wing down. And there they are. Now we're going to look for our wing creases. We're lining the two up a little bit. You can see mine don't line up perfectly. That's fine. I could trim them if I wanted to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I... Now, we're going to fold by rounding this top edge down, and it's going to meet that back corner. So right from the point, you're going to fold this down right at the point, bringing it down, and your line kind of travels up to that back corner. Okay, you see this corner is going to meet that corner. You see? Boom. So the line goes right from the tip in this case, all the way back to those corners, those two corners meeting. So you roll it over your fingers a little bit, roll, 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 and then get it right to that back edge. There you go. Open it up a little bit. There you go. And bring your wings back up to the top. Make sure that little back edge goes up. That little back edge folds right up to your wing crease. See that? Up. And then you can fold the other one right over. You're just creating a crease for these, but then they tuck in. So you reverse this one to tuck it in, and take your time because it's holding all the layers together in the top, so it's a form of a lock. So you see, right there, when you pull it in and fold it, when you open it, you see they're locked together, so don't pull too hard because they're actually going to tear if you pull. There you go. Then look at your wings. See if your corners are lined up, and like I said again, sometimes mine don't line up and they still fly okay, but sometimes I trim them with a scissor. In this case, I think I'm going to do it. Nah, I'm just going to cut the back. So, flip it over. You see that angle right there? You're going to mirror that angle about a half an inch in, come about a half an inch in, maybe a little less, 3/8, and then cut that same angle that you have in the front. Right there is there, parallel to that, and then parallel to the back, you're going to cut a little incision up about 3/4 of an inch, and a little triangle will drop out. See that? Boom! And now you're going to fold your wings down again, crease everything, and then bring that back edge up, and you want that to be parallel with that top of the wing. So the crease you're making will be just about parallel with the bottom of the wing. You got it? Take your time. Look around, I'm lining things up a little, just feeling around. But for the most part, I find they work. Now open up your wings. Give a little positive dihedral, that kind of upward curve right across the top. And then fold these so they go straight up, your fins. There you go. And you're ready to fly. Take care.